forget to add the speakers to the show?
Yes, you did.
Sorry about that.
It's all good. But yeah, if you get moderated, I can bring up Kirk.
Okay.
Start bringing people
All right.
up.
So let's go ahead and start pinging some people in here.
Yes, but for those in the room, welcome to the room. We're gonna get started probably in like 3 minutes, so just hang tight. And yeah.
Okay, folks, we got 43 seconds.
Good morning. Testing my audio. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you, sir.
Audio is great. Good morning, everyone. How's my audio?
It's good.
Audio's good.
All right, good. Good morning, everyone. You are in the P.I.L.L Method room, and this is how to pay off mortgages in 7 years. Not just mortgages, but all of your loans. We're going to get started in just a few minutes, getting right into the content. I need Jared to come on in and get us and kick this thing off. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, everybody. Hope all is well. Welcome to the P.I.L.L Method Club, P.I.L.L Method Room, how to pay off mortgages in 7 years. As I always say, this is the best room on Clubhouse. and one of the most important, rooms, period, just because of the information that's provided that can really create generational wealth for every single person that is listening in the audience today. And so, because this is such an important room, definitely want to make sure that we get people in here. So, once we get the introductions done and the content gets started, I want y'all to start pinging people in the room, clicking that number 4 in the lower left hand corner. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or um, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, go ahead and start sharing it as well. But yeah, if you're in the club, make sure that you click the greenhouse at the top, follow the club, and then also read the about description. That'll let you know what the P, the I, the L, and the L stand for in the pill method, and it'll also help you understand what you can get out of this room. In Clubhouse, we really, really encourage people coming on stage and asking questions. So what you're going to learn in this room is how to look at interest cost rather than look at interest rate, how to look at amortization schedules so that you can save the most money by paying things off at the right time. So, with that being said, Don is going to introduce himself, let you know about the pill method and what you can get out of the room today. We're going to do some quick moderator introductions, and then we're going to get into the content. So, feel free to raise your hand and come on stage to ask a question. And yeah, be ready for some mind-blowing information. Also, just want to mention that this is being live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So if you have a computer, an iPad, a desktop nearby, highly recommend you go over to it now, type in ice10klive.com in the browser, and choose either YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, and then choose the live broadcast so you can see the numbers on the screen, the calculator, the amortization schedule, and it'll really help you understand this information even better than just listening to it in the room. So, with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to Don and we can get this thing started. Don, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. And listen, we're going to have some fantastic information for you today. My name is Don Daniel, and the name of my business is Pill Method International, a better way to eliminate debt. And what we talk about in this room on this show, how to pay off mortgages in 7 years, is to tell the truth about how lending actually works and what are the best ways to manage your debt. Folks, the best way to manage debt is to manage the cost of paying off the debt. How much does it cost in interest to manage your debt? Did you know it is possible to pay the least amount of interest that's mathematically possible for you, cutting your interest cost by about 75% using your current budget? Your current budget. You don't need to make more money. You just need to pay less interest. And that's what we talk about in this room. How do we get that done? Oh, well, listen, we're going to get into some of those examples today, aren't we, Kurt? Jared and Kirk. Listen, we got Jared is handling things on Clubhouse. We got Kurt Nugent taking care of the live stream. We have my main lady here, Kenyatta, that's handling things. And did you know we actually have, I don't know if you know this, if you're new to the room, the Pill Method has an official lender for the room. So you listen, we're going to like the Olympics, they have an official drink, they got official stuff. The Olympics got official. So we got official. We got an official business purpose lender here. And listen, we're going to be naming some other official products and services and service providers like 10K Cards, who is the official digital business card for this room. Listen, folks, we have some fantastic information for you today. Can't wait to dive in. Jarrett, back to you, sir.
All right, all right. So we're going to do some quick moderator introductions, and then we're going to get into the content. So again, feel free to raise your hand and get on stage now. We run this room for 2 hours, never fails. Around the 30-minute mark, we'll have a ton of hands raised, and some people just cannot get on stage. It happened yesterday, and we would love for it not to happen today, because you get on stage early and you ask your questions. So if you have a question about your mortgage, your refinance, student loan, car loans, or your overall debt situation, feel free to come on the stage. But let's go ahead and get into the
Hey,
intros.
hey,
So
hey, Jared,
go ahead. Yeah.
just for a second here, just because I'm, listen, let me go out here and sort of make it very, very clear. Just because we are actually live from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, because of how we had to get, it looks as if when I'm talking, Kurt is talking. So let people know that because of the audio, I have to mute my mic, and we're actually talking through his system. But it really is me, Don Daniel. Here, look at this view from. This is the view. We have like 4 balconies here, all looking at the ocean. We are in we are on Carrot Bay, in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. All right. And we're taking, how do we get here? We're actually using money that would have gone to the bank, but we saved that interest. So now we're investing it in our family. So, Kurt, Jared, please from time to time, let them know it really is me speaking, even though it seems like it's Kurt.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't realize people thought that Kirk was the one talking until yesterday, so that was interesting. But yeah, the guy in the left hand corner with the suit and the big smile, where you guys both got the suits on, but the big smile with the black heart, it says interest, the interest cancellation expert. That's who's speaking. We're just doing the audio through Kirk, who is the audio stream, the live stream producer. So let's go ahead and get into it. My name is Jared Albritton. Check my bio out on Clubhouse. You can check me out on jarrett10k.com. That's JARRETT10k.com. I do a lot of rooms on the tech space, the metaverse, NFTs. I also support real estate rooms and anything that's about progress, results, and generational wealth. All right, so up next is Kirk.
Morning, everybody. Good to be here. As has been mentioned, I get to serve as your producer for the show. And because Don is traveling, I am routing his audio from StreamYard through my system into Clubhouse. And we're doing the other way around as well. So that's the reason why everybody on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter can hear you. And so you can hear the example. You can hear people's questions from Clubhouse, and you can see the examples online as well. This is a phenomenal way to fully immerse people's all their senses in the examples that we have, and for Don to be able to really drive home the point that it is possible. The numbers do not lie. It is possible to pay off that mortgage in 7 to 9 years, and that's what this room is all about. So definitely raise your hand in the room. Go ahead and ask your questions online, and I will be able to catch those questions that are online at different points in the show today. And if you have any questions about live video, about how we're doing this, how we're accomplishing this, tap in with me at kirk10klive.com. Again, that's kirk10klive.com. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Kurt, you better earn that digital currency and get those followers. I love it. It's how time Don was made to share. Yes. Since he's in the tropics, we're digging ourselves out of snow over here, y'all. Well, I'm Tiffany, the Y CEO. I'm an executive business coach, international speaker, and I'm doing some amazing things on Clubhouse because it's affording me the opportunity to spread my message of how you can build a business that is fundable and how you can leverage the opportunities that are coming straight from Congress right to your doorstep right here on Clubhouse. Make sure you tap into my club, the yceo.club, because we're giving some amazing value. We've had some amazing speakers, and we're running a 6-week series where we're giving you free information to help you establish and properly set up with corporate compliance your business, because in order for you to get funded by the government or by corporate, there are certain things you need to have in place so you are what? Fundable. So tap into me, yceo10k.com.
Good morning, good people. My name is Kenyatta, and you can find me at kenyatta10k.com. And I am the official business purpose loan officer here, as well as your commercial lender and broker. And so what that means is that I can assist you with the deals that I could first find you as a broker. So I am a real estate broker out of the states of Illinois, Florida, and Georgia. And you know what? I'll come to your state too. Just mention it. And here I work in the capacity of helping Don with the P.I.L.L method. It's easy to do because I believe that it's going to assist in you getting to your generational wealth quicker. And so what I want you guys to do is to share this room and share the content on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube so that you too can be a part of this movement because you weren't taught this. Good morning and God bless.
Super, super good morning, beautiful people. How are you? This is Sean Lashley, founder and CEO of 10K Cards. And I'm here to do one thing and one thing only to ensure everyone is receiving full value from our brother Don Daniel. Yep. He'll be speaking through Kirk live profile pictures today because he's enjoying his broadcast from the Caribbean. And while you're in the room, guys, really pay attention as to the information that they're sharing. Also, bring a friend into the room so someone else can benefit from the information. And after leaving the room today, be sure to take some form of action, will you? Now, my goal today is once you get a copy of Don's book and you fill out your savings and earnings report, you need to get yourself a digital business card. But it comes at no cost to you because we already put Don on the cross and we got the payment from him. So he paid the price so you can enjoy the digital business card. All right. So with that said, I'll pass the mic back to you, Jared.
All
No.
right, Safoa, thank you so much for coming to the stage. If you'd like to do a quick introduction, please do. All right, cool. Safoa is in Ghana and she is running businesses over there. But check out her bio and give her a follow. You'll open up some really dope rooms from Africa by doing so. And she is an incredible entrepreneur and a lot you can learn from her. And Olivia is doing mommy duty at the moment. So we're going to circle back to her to do an intro in a bit. With that being said, if you'd like to come on stage to talk about or ask about your mortgage, your refinance, auto loans, student loans, any sort of credit card debt, feel free to raise your hand. But for now, Don, it looks like we're going to have to throw up an example from one of your thousands of customers that you've saved hundreds of thousands of dollars for. So which example do you want to bust out first?
Well, listen, yesterday somebody actually asked the question about paying down. Should they buy down the rate? You can actually give the bank a down payment so that you can get a lower interest rate. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? If you are a business owner, okay, you've got a business owner, and you sell tables. You got a table there, all right? And so do you have when you're selling that table, do you sell that table for one customer at one price and then another customer another price and then another customer another price? I mean, you got the one table and you're selling it at several different prices for different customers. What sense does that make? Let me ask you something. If you buy down the rate, do you believe you're saving money? And if you are saving money, that means the bank is losing money. So why would they ever put you in a position where you're saving money and they're losing money? So listen, folks, I love the bank. Okay. And I've learned how to use their money at a discount. So I'm not anti-bank. What I want you to be able to know is this: if it seems like the more money you seem like you are saving, watch out. Watch out. Find out what's in it for the bank. See, you've got to ask that question. If I offered you something, then you would say, "Oh, out of the blue, I'm giving you something." Well, some people's skeptical nature would say, "What's in it for you, Don? Why are you doing that?" So if a bank is offering you a way to buy down the rate, refinance you to a lower rate, um, give you an opportunity to make a down payment, all of these things to save you money, you've got to ask, why would you do that? Because I need you to buy my house. And if the rate is at 3%, why would you offer me anything like 2.8 or 2.7? So you would lose money. So we're going to get into that. So here's the first thing you need to know, folks. Do not ever buy down the rate. The lower the rate, the harder it is to pay off the loan more efficiently. And the bank owners know that, but not the bank employees. They have the same mindset we do. If I have a lower interest rate, that means somewhere I am saving money. And no one is asking the critical questions. That we're not doing the critical thinking involved when it comes to finances. Critical thinking is suspended when it comes to finances. I don't know why that is. And several different questions, and you point these things out. They say, "Oh yeah, I guess you, I guess that would be right." So, Kurt, so what I'm going to do here is look at how we can do what you said, share the whole screen.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's coming up. No, I'm waiting for you.
Oh yeah, listen, man. We've got to show the people what we're talking about here, and say, listen, this is how this thing really works. So let me go ahead, do what you taught me. All
All
right.
right, Don, and while you're doing that and getting things set up,
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know that uh, you can see this on your laptop, your iPad, or your desktop. What you can do is go to ice10klive.com, go ahead and choose either YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, and then you can choose the live option. Whichever thumbnail says live, click that, and you'll be able to see Don in paradise doing this example. And then before he gets into the example, let's get as many people into the room as possible. So thank you to the 8 people that have shared this room in the hallway. If you click that number 8, and then once you click it, click that little yellow hand that says share on Clubhouse, and go ahead and throw in some emojis or a comment, or just share it. And then let's see that number go from 8 to 10 to 15, 20, 25, 30, so that more people can understand how to look at their mortgage and how to save money. Also, click that plus sign and invite people into the room. And also, what's up, Credit Goddess? Good to see you in the room. Um, if you want to do a quick introduction, feel free to do so. All right, she might be busy. But Don, did I give you enough time to get your example in?
Yes, we are here.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so please share the room. Would love for you to bring people in. Click that number 8 and let's see that number rise. I appreciate y'all. Back to you, Don.
All right, folks. What you should be seeing is a mortgage on the screen of $300,000. Do we have that?
That's correct.
All right, because when I'm limited here, even though it's paradise, in my office, in my studio, I have 3 screens, and here I have 1. So here's what we're looking at, folks: $300,000 at 4%. The payment is 1432.25, and the banker might say, "Listen, give us an extra $25,000. Give us an extra $25,000. Bring that down. We'll chop that." We'll chop that thing to 3.5%. So let me see. Um, um, we want to duplicate the tab. Okay. And so we've got that. So we're going to chop this to 3.5%, 3.5. All right. And so now we bring it down a half a point. For some people, that's significant because what they're looking at is this is $1,347.13. Okay, 1,432.25. This is at the 4%, 1432, and at the 3.5% is 1347. It's almost $100. It's almost $100. All right, difference. So let's take a look at the amount of interest. $215,000 here is the total paid over 30-year term. All right. And for the 3.5, it's 184,000. Okay, we've got to put the calculator up on that. Kurt, are you see my calculator?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great. Listen, Kurt taught me how to do this, man, because every time I put the calculator up, nobody could see it. So Kurt said, listen, man, do this, do boom, 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 boom. And listen, everybody can now see the calculator. Listen, if you don't have this guy on your team, I don't know what I don't know what you're thinking. Okay. So listen, he makes it all look great. So we have $215,610. Okay. $215,610. And then we're going to subtract from that 184,000. Okay. Subtract 184,966. Now, here's what you need to know. That's a difference of $30,000. $30,000. And that's how they sell that thing. Give us an extra $25,000 and we'll take $30,000 off your loan for 30 years. So it's going to take 30 years to realize a $30,644 difference. Okay. So how much did we put down? We went from 300,000. Okay. We went from 300,000 to, you know what? I did that wrong. This was supposed to be 275,000. Sorry, 275,000. I'm sure people are pinging us, telling us, no, Don, that was supposed to be 275 because you put $25,000 down. Okay. So we're going to go back and do the math again. So now we got 275,000 at 3.5 because we put that down so we get that lower interest rate. So now we got 1234 as a payment as opposed to 1432. So it's almost $200 difference. Okay. So now we're going to put our calculator back up on the screen. Okay. And so we have 215,000. Okay. 610. Watch this, folks. Watch this. All right. And now we're going to subtract from that 169,553. All right. So we subtract 169,553, 20. Okay. It's $46,056 difference. $46,056 difference. So, that's going to be worth it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. All right. So here's what I want to show you. Okay. If you want and have, so this is realized over 30 years though. Okay. You have to stay in this loan 30 years to get that $46,000 that they're talking about. But what if we did this? Let's take this the 300,000 at 4%. Okay. And then now remember, this is starting out 275,000. You're starting out on a 30-year loan here on payment number one at 275,000, but you had to get that lower interest rate. You had to give them $25,000 to get it. And we're going to save $46,000 doing it. So watch this. So let's take the the $300,000 loan at 4%. Now we still have our $25,000, don't we?
Yes, we do.
What happens when we apply the $25,000 not as a down payment to get the lower interest rate, but as a prepayment at the higher interest rate? Look what happens. We're going to scroll down. We're going to knock off 53 payments. Okay. That 48, that's 4 years. Okay. 4 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, 4 years and 5 months off. Okay. And we instantly save how much interest right now that we'll never have to pay? $50,897 right now. We don't have to wait 30 years to realize it. We take that 25,000, folks, and save 50 grand in interest right now, and doggone it, and knock off 4 years and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. So we start out our 275,000 way down here. and then we take off. So we already saved 50 grand. Whereas we were going to save 46,000 and we had to pay 25 grand just to start a 30-year loan at payment number one.
Mm-hmm.
We can take that same 25,000 and start our 30-year loan at payment number 53 and have already saved $50,000. I don't know anything. My niece is here, and if she heard me talking about, snapping up and clapping back, she said, Uncle Don, leave that alone. Listen, folks, I'm just so excited about the fact that this is what's happening. We can learn the truth about these things. If the bank is offering you a way to save money, you have to think about it twice. Lord have mercy. Do we have any? Do we have any people want to talk about that or ask any questions about that? Any comments anywhere? Come on.
No comments online.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, so I want to encourage everybody, if you want to like get that kind of personalized experience with an example, feel free to raise your hand and come on stage. I can't tell you how many times people are like, wow, I'm really happy I came on stage because I was about to do this huge down payment, or I was about to get that 15-year mortgage, or I was about to refinance. Like, Don will help you redirect your money or your strategy for 2022. So don't take this for granted. Thank you so much for coming to stage. And please, anybody else that wants to come to the stage, come on up. We'll let you up immediately. And there are no dumb questions because none of us knew this information. Your real estate brokers don't know this information. Your accountant doesn't know this information. Um, Everybody does not know this information. So don't feel ashamed of like, I should know this. No, you shouldn't, but you should. And that's why we're in this room today, because we want everybody to hear this. So keep on sharing the room. Thank you to the 11 people that have. And we're going to get into the questions. So, Lady Workaholic, aka Shelly Carter, please let us know what your question is.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I just noticed I have a balloon next to my face. That's interesting.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so
you've been on the app 1 year.
Happy birthday.
Happy Clubhouse
yeah,
birthday.
oh my goodness. So, I'm a loan officer and I did my first loan in 2002. And I'm gonna talk forward and backwards, so forgive me, but I will be direct and short.
Yes.
So when I learned to be a loan officer in the west side of Chicago, um, I was taught never to be afraid of interest rates. I was taught to sell 100% financing to the community. And they gave us this beautiful calculator, which I have been digging through every suitcase to find, which would allow us to show them something called an effective interest rate. I haven't heard anyone talking about this until you. So I'm super excited about that. With that being said, my aunt wants me to refinance her house. And I'm thinking that you will probably tell me not to refinance her house. Um, so the question is, she's she's been going through a struggle, single
Mhm.
mom story.
Mhm.
She's thinking that she wants to save a little bit of money on the mortgage just to help her dollars go further. And I want to be helpful to her. So what would you say to someone with a customer they love?
Okay, okay, okay. So listen, we've got our teapot whistling in the background. Hold on. That's life in. Hold on for. Hello.
As if you being on an island wasn't traumatizing enough. Now you're over there having fun too. You know what? Y'all continue to tap into Kurt instead of Don over there. As revenge.
Oh my goodness.
Just
Oh,
kidding.
listen, folks. We are in a fabulous Airbnb over here. And Jared, do you have the link handy for the Airbnb? Do you have it?
Yeah, I can dig it up.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, put
We
that
should
up.
we should add it to your 10K card, by the way.
Yeah, we should. We should. I'm sorry. We should do that. All right. So listen, um, lady workaholic. Let me. How would you want us to refer to you, Shelly or?
Uh, I- I'm a regular old girl. Shelly is just fine. Just
Okay.
I'm busy. I do a lot of stuff. So Lady Workaholic came around about 15 years ago and stuck.
Come on now. All right. So, Shelly, here's what we're talking about. Should we refinance? It depends on the reason. If, in fact, did you say your aunt
Yes.
Yes, yes.
wants to refinance? So, if she's refinancing for the purpose of making it easier for her to make ends meet, that's a good reason to refinance. But what we want to take a look at is how do we make the best of the refinance when we do it? Okay, does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely
so
does.
so we need to take a look at the numbers. Do you have some approximate numbers for me to work with here?
Well, her interest rate right now is 4.6 on $175,000. We were going to
Hmm.
just do a simple rate term refinance for
Hmm.
her, and I was going to buy down her rate so that we could get it as low as possible. But
Hmm.
I'm thinking right now maybe I should just get it, um, look at the numbers, find the lowest available rate,
Hmm.
and then maybe work with her to make some extra money to the side to fill in that gap and plug her into the pill method
Okay.
so that we can get her out of that loan faster.
All right, well, let's take a look at all the options that we have here because that's the thing. When you're talking opportunity, you have opportunities to do several different things. And this is what I tell people in the pill method. There is no one answer that covers all situations. There are so many variables. So we have to look at all of the variables and to tell us the one main thing when it comes to getting a loan. How much is it going to cost me overall to manage this loan? That's it. How much is it going to cost me? So if you're in a loan and you're struggling to pay the mortgage and you can refi to make it a little easier, let's do that. But when we do, let's take a look at all the other variables when it comes to the mortgage to so we don't put ourselves in a worse financial predicament just to get a lower payment. How's that sound, Shelly? So we have 100.
I'm sorry, that sounds
Okay. So listen, are you busy in the background? Because I'm going to be asking you questions. Would you prefer me not to ask questions because you're busy?
um I can, you know what, yeah, I'd love just to receive your advice for
Okay.
this, or your raw thoughts, and then you can move on to the next person. it's
Okay, great.
it's mommy mode.
I got you. I got you. I understand. All right. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we have 175,000. And Shelly, if I don't cover everything, I'm going to try to cover everything here. And then maybe you can catch the replay on everything else. And I just need, does anybody remember what she said about what the interest rate was?
She's at 4.7. She went through a
4.6.
loan modification and she landed at 4.7.
Okay.
The lien on the house is 175,000.
Okay, 175,000. And so if we refinance that thing, okay, we're at 4.7, 175,000. And let's pick up where we are now. Would you happen to know how long she's actually been in this loan or not since the modification? That would be helpful in bringing all the information to bear here. So let's just do.
I'm sorry. I thought I didn't hit the right button. She's
Mhm.
2 years out of a BK, so a bankruptcy. So I think she's at about 18 months.
18 months? Okay. All
Hmm.
right. So let's go from there. All right. So if we have into this 18 months, okay, so we'll take 360, we subtract 18 months, that gives us 342 payments left. Okay, so we are at 342. All right, at 4.7. So that means our principal and interest payment is right around $929.58 with 342 payments left. So we're thinking about refinancing this thing. And generally, this is how refinancing goes. Okay. So if I refinance, we're trying to get this thing down. So we don't want to buy it down. we want to go ahead and look at what's really going on here. The interest rate when we refinance is not a major factor in bringing the payment down.
Mm-hmm.
What brings the payment down is dividing your 175,000 by a new 360 payments.
Mm-hmm.
That's what brings the payment down. So don't be afraid of the 360, taking it back to 30 years. Okay. So listen, with the pill method looks at the 175,000 when we can get the 175,000 paid off. The pill method doesn't look at how the number of months we have the loan for really doesn't come into play when we're focusing on what is the best way to get rid of the 175,000. So for
Right.
instance, the 175,000 on a 15-year loan generally pays off in about 7 years. 175,000 in a 20-year loan pays off in about 7 years. 175,000 on a 40-year loan pays off in about 7 years. So what are we doing here? Let's find what's going to cause less stress to make the payment in the month, because the longer the term, the smaller the payment. So if we have a smaller payment and then we can attack the loan, that's how we should do it. Okay. Let's manage
Okay,
that.
so go ahead and do the refinance and then plug her into P.I.L.L.
Okay. So if we
Okay.
go ahead and do the refinance at what interest rate?
I've got to look and see what's available.
Okay, I'll
But
put it in. I'll put it in at 3. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate this. We're going to put it in at 3% for 360 payments. Watch what happens to our 929.58. 929.58 becomes 737.81. That's just the principal and interest. All right. So now we've got a lower payment amount. But look at this. Here's what we're talking about. We don't have 175,000. A refinance generally costs somewhere between $8,000 and $10,000. Okay. So for let's just say that the refinance, to make it simple, comes in at 185,000. Oops, 185,000. So it's going to cost $10,000. So we're still coming out pretty good on the payment. It's still $779.97, even though the refinance costs $10,000. Now watch this. I'm going to
okay.
scroll into the payment. Now we see payment number 1 through 24 on the screen. And
Right.
this is what people need to be careful about when they refinance. Okay. We're rolling a loan within the loan. We're saying, I want to borrow the $10,000 as well. But since I'm getting it at 3%, it's not going to be a big deal. But watch this. Look, here's our cumulative principal. Here's our cumulative interest. Okay. So the cumulative principal means I'm adding up all my principal payments. So the first money we're paying back is the $10,000 to get back to our original $175,000 we had before the refinance. How long is it going to take us to do that? You see, in the first year, we only pay off $3,862.47 of the $10,000 closing cost. And we've just paid $5,497 interest on it. So if we go down here to find $10,000, it's going to take 31 months to pay off the first $10,000, and it's going to cost us $13,000 in interest to do it. In other words, our refinance is $24,000 to refi this loan if we're not careful. So these are the things we have to look at when it comes time to refinance to get that lower payment, that it doesn't end up costing us not $10,000 to refinance, but $24,000 to refinance. And it puts us behind the eight ball another 30 months before we start paying on the mortgage again, because our mortgage was 175,000. Most people aren't looking at that. So if I have to refinance, let me that knock out the first $10,000 as quickly as possible. Okay. Now I know that we have some financial struggles, but by lowering that payment and any money that we can come up with to apply to principal can make a big difference. Now, I'm not recommending this. I'm just making a point here as to what could happen. Even if I borrowed, even if I got another loan to pay off the $10,000, I get a $10,000 loan. Let me look at this thing here. We're going to put in Brett Whistle again, and we're going to put in a $10,000 loan, okay, at 10% interest. Ooh, why would I borrow 10? And we're going to lock that thing out over 60 months. Okay, that's 5 years. So we got a $10,000 loan at 10%. If we paid it off over 5 years, it would cost us $2,748.20. Does everybody see that? Okay. This is how much the bank would charge me to borrow their money for 5 years at $10,000. Okay. It'll cost me $212.47. I could take that $10,000, apply it to this mortgage, be paid down to right here in 1 month with that $10,000, and it would save me almost $14,000 in interest and knock off 30 payments with that $10,000. What would it cost me? Dun, da, 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 a total of $2,748.20. That's a classic arbitrage play, using somebody else's money to get a big old benefit for it, and I pay them pennies on the dollar for the use of it. Saves me 13 grand, but it only costs me 2,700. This is something we need to think about when we are refinancing, to see how we can get rid of that refinance fee early. If you have it in savings, that's another way to take care of it. But if we don't have it in savings, do not be afraid to borrow the money, even if it says 10% interest rate, but the interest cost starts out at only $83.33. So we're using $83 payments to kill $462 interest payments.
That's
Does
very interesting.
does this make sense to you?
It really does. And she has money in her 401k, and I know she has money in savings. So I'm going to play with those numbers again. So thank you very much for that.
You're
Let
so
me
welcome.
wish everyone a wonderful day.
And listen, contact Kenyatta, because if she has over, I believe, over 30 or 40 grand in her 401k, she does not have to pull money out of her 401k. She can get a loan against her 401k and leave her money in it. Is that right, Kenyatta? So
Kenyatta's probably closing a business deal right
Yes, she
now.
can do
But
that. It's
oh
a
yeah,
slightly higher interest rate, but it's easy to pay it down using the interest cancellation method. Yes, I've actually
exactly.
done that before.
Right. You want to get a loan
Well,
against the 401k, not take money out of the 401k, because once you start doing that, even though you're paying it back, you lose time and interest on that money. So the compounding effect of keeping that money in there for the time you're using to pay it back. Let's keep the money in there, making money, and then use a loan against the 401k, and we'll show you how to cut the interest cost on that loan by 50 to 75%.
thank you.
You are so welcome. All right, who's next? Jarrett?
All right, we had somebody else on the stage, but they popped off, so maybe they'll pop back in pretty soon. But Don, real quick for the audience's sake, if they want to figure out the month, day, and year that they can be debt free using your method, how would they be able to get in touch with you?
Oh my goodness. Here's how we would do that, ladies and gentlemen. You would click on that link above our heads. It says ICE, which stands for Interest Cancellation Expert, ICE10K.live.com. Click on the button that says get a savings and earnings report. Now, here's what you're going to do. All right. Because sometimes people have a problem with this portion because we're trying to keep the robots out of the system. Once you get into that system, once you click on get a savings and earnings report, the information says we need some preliminary information from you, including your cell phone number. To confirm your cell phone number, we're going to immediately send you a text to and with a code. Take that code and put it into the space provided. It will then let you into the financial form. If you don't wait for the code and you click it again, you're going to get two codes. And when you put in the first code is now null and void. You have to put in the second code. And this is why people keep getting error after error after error because they're putting in the wrong code. Wait for the first code. When you get it, then put that into the space. If you mess it up, that's okay. Just shut the whole thing down and start over from scratch. It will let you into the form. Put in your financial information. Someone from my staff will give you a call, and then you can we'll set up a consultation for you, and you can know the month, day, and year you can be debt free, and how much interest you could save. Have mercy. How about that, Jerry? Was that what you're looking for?
That's exactly what I'm looking for. Absolutely. So yeah, definitely get in touch with Don if you want to get that personalized deep dive into your finances, and you can save tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars over the lifetime of your loans. All right, cool. So thank you so much for that question.
Yep.
Shelly, are there any questions online yet, Kurt?
Yes, we have a question online. We got Miss Ophelia on YouTube is asking a question here. We got I think two parts to it. Good morning, my fiance. Oh, okay. I thought you said finance. My fiance and I will be getting married in a couple of months. He owns his home, but still has a mortgage. He owes about 50,000 on it. He's been in it for over 20 years. Okay, and then so the second part, I guess, is more the question: how can my fiance pay off his house sooner? He's been in it for 20 years and owes approximately 50,000. I don't have the percentage of the interest rate. Thank you.
Okay, so here's what we need to find out, and here's what I want to show you. It takes about 19 years to pay off the first half of that loan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how much do they owe now?
Said 50,000. Let me go
They
back to
owe
the.
they owe 50,000. I'll put that back up on the screen, will you?
Yep.
Okay, so okay, it's been in it for over 20 years. Okay, so let's take that 20-year mark. Been and owes approximately $50,000. So I'm going to guess. Okay, I'm going to guess. So 20 years, that would be 240 payments. Okay, so we're 240 payments in. So let me do this. Go, we got 360. I'm doing my little math here. Okay, 360 minus 240 equals 120. So we've got 10 years left on the thing. That's 120 payments. Okay. So what we're going to do is put the $50,000 in at 120 payments, and we're going to assume that they did not refinance. I'm going to show you how all of this comes together. All right. So we're going to bring up our amortization schedule. Okay.
All right. Let me do that.
We're going to put in $50,000. We're going to put in 120 payments left. We're going to put in about 6% interest. okay? Because we're going to try to go back in time and figure out what the interest rate would have been, and it's going to look something like this. So our payment is, our principal and interest payment is $555.10. Okay? So if our principal and interest payment is $555.10, I can use this number, put in the original 360, all right? And then I can figure out where the loan started, which is actually right around $92,586.03. So if we go down 240 payments, that should put us right at about $50,000. So let's take a look. We'll go down to 240 payments. 240. There, right there. Look at that. How close was I?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, folks. So listen, it takes, this is what I wanted to show you. The loan started out at $92,586. And so we want to pay off, okay? So we want to pay off half the loan, okay? $92,000. Okay, 92,586. Divide that by divide that by 2. Okay, so down to 46,293. 46,293. So if we go down to 46,000, where we owe that 46,000. So you see here, look at here. It takes over 20 years to pay off half the loan. The other half is paid off in the last 9. Why? Because of all the interest we paid up front. So if we only have about 10 years left, then we can save some of the interest. So let's just count it out as I've paid $90,637.93. Okay. So our original interest cost on this loan was $107,107,249. Okay, 0.97. Okay, so now we are down to 240. We've already paid $90,000 of that interest, right? So we're going to subtract 90,637.93. We only have $16,612.04 in interest left to pay off the other half. So we paid off the first half of the loan. Okay, the first 20 years it took $90,000. The last 10 is only going to take us $16,000.
Wow.
So when we're looking to pay off the loan faster, we can only save a portion of the $16,000 left. So now you're figuring, what's going to be a better use of my money? To try to save part of the $16,000 that's left, or take my money and put it into some sort of investment and make money with my money, because there's not a whole lot of interest left to save. Does this make sense, everybody?
Oh, yes.
Now, here's what you will not get from your mortgage broker or your lender or your accountant, because we're not looking into it that deeply. It is not because I sat down and said, you know what, Kirk, let me figure out why we should or why we should not do this. It doesn't come to me like that at all. Because of the fact that I have autism, I see the patterns, and the patterns say, here's how the puzzle works out, and here are the parts of the puzzle, and you take the parts of the puzzle and explain it to the people. It is not because I'm I'm a math genius, because I got C's and D's in math, Kirk. I'm not much better at math now than I was in the seventh grade. But because I can see the patterns here, it becomes clear. And I don't know, God has just given me the ability to explain it to other people. But does this make sense, everybody?
Yeah, definitely makes sense. I was waiting, was checking over on the comments to see if she came back. She hasn't, but I did see, Jared, that the person that was on the stage before did
Yes.
come back as well. But I was just checking in the comments here, Don, to see if she had any follow up questions or anything like that. Other people are responding to the example and how you broke it down for her, but haven't seen her come back in the comments yet.
So what are the other comments?
One person says good stuff, Don. One person said, yeah, the point, it's pointless to make that kind of payment now because of the way the interest has been broken down.
You see, folks, this is why we do what we do. We look at what we owe. We need to start paying attention to what it costs to manage what we owe. At a certain point, now this is what makes it crazy about the debt snowball, okay? And I mentioned this in my book, and we're going to go right into the book after I make this point. When you're using the debt snowball, this is why the P.I.L.L method is more powerful than the debt snowball. When you're using the debt snowball says, let's pick the smallest debt and pay that off. Okay. Now, let's just say when you're picking one of the debts, you pick the right one. You pick the right one to focus on. And all of your debt, they all have an interest cost, right, Kirk?
Oh, yes.
Okay, they all have an interest cost. And because they have an interest cost, then what you're doing is you're paying these loans off to save interest. But here's what happens when you're paying down this loan, okay? It started out with an interest cost of $462. That was the interest cost on this loan. As you're paying it down, we're down here where we got an interest cost of like 143. Okay, so is it possible, Kurt, to focus on a loan, pay it down, so now that it's cheaper, that this loan is now cheaper than some of the other loans you may have?
Mm-hmm.
So does it make sense to keep paying, even though you started out with the right loan, Kirk? Does it make sense to continue on paying on this loan and saving these tiny interest payments when we could have shifted over to another more expensive loan and saved even more money in interest? This is why the debt snowball is so inefficient. It helps you to feel better because you've paid off a loan, but it doesn't address the fact that you're paying way more in interest on the other loans than you should just to feel good about paying off this loan. I asked the question in my book, how much do you want to pay for your good feelings? Stop paying extra interest by using the debt snowball or the avalanche methods, because even though they give you the satisfaction of paying off a loan, the average family will pay $50,000 to $70,000 more in interest using those methods than using the P.I.L.L method. And what's even worse is they won't even realize that they're paying the extra interest because no one is pointing out to them how to track their interest costs per month and how to calculate their interest savings. No one's pointing that out. That's why this room is so valuable. Folks, invite people in here for the next example. And all of this is in my book. How you understand the basics of this is in my book. The only book on Amazon out of 33 million titles. Only one book even begins to approach how to understand an amortization schedule and how to defeat it. One, the P.I.L.L method, a better way to eliminate debt. And just to encourage you to get the best book on Amazon right now that's going to save you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest so that you can use those interest savings to put it into your family's wealth building program. We're going to encourage you to and give you a 10K card worth $100 that the pill method will pay for. So my friend Sean 10K is here to tell you all about why the 10K card is such a value. 10K, are you in the house?
10K is signal struggling. So if I get into the red zone, just put me on mute. Hey guys, look, it's so simple. I believe if you're gonna go to battle, have the best tools possible. And the best combination on Clubhouse here is the Pill Method book and 10K card. So Don was not voluntarily brought to the cross. Don climbed up on the cross. And he said, I am gonna pay the price to make sure everyone to get a copy of my book get a 10K card. So we allowed him. We didn't stop him. So every time you get a 10K book, guys, you'll get yourself a digital business card to best promote you and your business. Because if you're getting into the world of marketing, you're getting into the world of sales, you want to have the best tools. And that's what your 10K card will do for you. Don't take it before I completely lose signal, brother.
Well, listen, man. Listen, I'm hoping you still have enough signal to tell them why, when they get their 10K card, why they need to upgrade their 10K card and how they
Very
can.
good. If I get the red again, just cut me off. Guys, the moment you get your 10K card, just get in touch with us and say I want to upgrade, because when you upgrade, you're gonna get 20% every time your card generates a sale. Whenever you share your card with your friends and family and they decide to make a purchase, 20% of that purchase will go back to you. And what you can do is take your 20% and put it towards your loan payment. So instead of having to budget so tightly, instead of budgeting tightly, guys, increase extra flows of income. And that's what happens when you upgrade your 10K card. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, we
Loud and
heard all
clear.
of
Bingo. Yep. So I would say, guys, the moment you get a copy of your card, even if you have an existing 10K card, get your upgrade done today so you can start benefiting from the perks that comes with it. With that said, Don, back to you, brother.
All right, folks. See, listen. So, Jared, once they get their 10K card, what are they going to do? How are they going to go ahead and get? I'm sorry. Once they buy the book, how are they going to get their 10K card? Because I think Kenyatta dropped out for a second.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to ice10klive.com and you're going to choose the option that says I'm ready. Once you choose that option, you upload a screenshot of your receipt from Amazon where you purchased the book, and then you put in your socials, your websites, anywhere you want to put on your 10K card. If you want an example, you can see it on ice10klive.com, or you can see mine, jared10k.com, or olivia10k.com. We got a lot of 10Ks on this stage. So definitely it's a great, great product to have. It's great for in-person networking as well. You can pull out the QR code and people get it popped on their phone and popped into their contacts. So definitely buy the book for sure. Give it as a gift to your kids. If they're like graduating college, this will help them with their financial literacy when it comes to mortgages, when it comes to their student loan debt. It's going to save them a ton of money. It's going to also help them also and you take your interest costs and turn it into inheritance. So yeah. Uh, anything else you want to talk about the book, or are we ready to get to Jackie?
Let's go to Jackie because we got more examples to give here.
All right, perfect. So again, we have about an hour left. So feel free to raise your hand and come on stage. If you're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook, feel free to ask your questions in the comments, and Kirk will make sure that you are attended to. And thank you to the 11 people that have shared the room. We'd love for everybody to click that number 11 in the lower left-hand corner, click share on Clubhouse, and invite some people into the room via the hallway, or you can click that plus sign and invite individual friends and family into the room as well. Also want to shout out Olivia, Credit Goddess, King David Reeves, and Coffee Brown. If you haven't seen them on Clubhouse yet, I would love for everybody in the room to click on their profiles, read what they're about, check out their replays, and then give them a follow so you can see those replays live in action. They do a lot of great rooms on credit, on mindset, on real estate, on just a lot of different subjects. So make sure you're following them, and also follow Sharon, 10K Cards, Kenyatta, YCEO, Kirk, myself, and most importantly, the man of the hour in the upper left hand corner, Don the Pill Method Daniel. He's at 6.9K. Let's get him closer to 7K. And maybe he can hit it in this room. So definitely make sure you're following him. Click the always on notification, because when Don hits a stage, he is preaching the pill method. All right, cool. So Jackie, thank you so much for your patience
Hey,
and for
just a
coming on
second,
stage.
Jared. Just a second. My man, Jacob Elzy has shouted us out on Facebook on Facebook. And so I want to say hi to Jacob. Man, listen, he's over there in Ohio. All right. He's in not Cincinnati. He's in what I'm from Michigan. So I'm trying to remember the Buckeye or something like that. Buckeye.
Ohio State.
Oh, I think that's I think that's the name of the school. Is there a school called Ohio State?
Ohio State University, and we are the Buckeye State. Thank you. And no, nobody really knows what a Buckeye is. It's a useless
Okay,
nut. I don't
there you go.
understand
There
that.
you go.
Yeah.
We talk. Listen, I mess with him all the time. He's right there. But I'm from Michigan, and we kid each other about that all the time. So go ahead, Jared. Back to you, sir.
All right, cool. So up next we got Jackie. Thank you so much for coming to the stage. Please let us know what your question is. How can we help you?
Hi. I
Hi.
have a mortgage that's 108 plus what is it called? The P. I had refinanced before, but they had slacked $40,000 at the end of it, so it's really 148,000 and a 4% interest rate.
Okay.
And I would like to refinance, but is it wise to refinance?
Well, let's talk about why you want to refinance. Let's talk about that first. What's your goal?
Well, and second of all, this mortgage is until 2052. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
quite sure, but it's up there. So my goal is to make it less time
Ah,
and to really save money.
okay. Here's what a refinance does not do. It doesn't
Hmm.
save you time and it doesn't save you money.
Okay.
Okay. Those are the two things it does not do. All right. So you can literally take the mortgage you have now and make some headway. So you say you owe about 148,000 right now?
Yes, sir.
And did you get a modification? It sounds like you received a modification.
I received, when back like 20, 10, 15 years
Yes.
ago, there was, the economy was bad and
Yeah, you got a
couldn't pay a
modification.
couple of months. Yeah. So,
Okay.
and then
And then
I
they
didn't,
probably
to Well, to me,
and
they put this hidden fee on there, like $40,000 when they're supposed to be helping you, which they really didn't help.
okay.
But
So
so.
here's what happened. They took part of your loan out. Okay.
Mhm.
And and so they reduced the principal. They didn't take it away. They just say, okay, we're not going to charge you interest on this amount right now. So we're going to take about 40,000 out. We're going to put it on the side, and then you pay that after you pay off the other part. But what they probably also did was put you in probably in a 40-year loan. Okay. Do you know how
Right.
much you said? What is your interest rate right now?
4%.
4%. And do you know how much you're paying in principal and interest? Just the principal and
Oh,
interest payment. Do you know what that is?
no, I don't have it, but I can get it and come back and tell you tomorrow.
All right. Well, why don't you bring
Um,
that back to us and bring that because then we can figure out if you're in a 40-year loan or not. So here's what we're going to be looking at just to give you an idea. All right. And you've been in this for
okay.
how long?
It
Since
seemed like 15 years.
you've been into it 15 years. Okay. And you said
Yes.
that it's supposed to mature, you have the maturity date was about what?
It's 52,
52.
2052.
Okay. So if we do 2052 minus, yeah, you're in a 40-year loan. Okay. So,
Right.
all right. So now that part we've established. You're in a 40-year loan. If you know now, do you pay taxes and insurance included in your payment?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't know how much of your payment is taxes and insurance, do you?
Well, I know that taxes is like $1,800.
Oh, okay.
Insurance is 1,000 too.
Okay. So a
It's
thousand.
1,012.
Okay. All right. So let's do this. Okay. So we have $1,000, $1,012.
Yeah, the insurance. I mean,
Okay.
yes,
$1,012, and that's the insurance, and the taxes are how much?
it's like 18,
1,800. 1,800.
1,800. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
for
We're
the
working
year.
on it. Listen, you're helping us. Plus 1,800. All right. Equals 2,812. We're going to divide that by 12. So we're adding about $234.33 to your mortgage payment every month. So how much is your total mortgage payment?
It is 1256.
1256. Okay.
Yes, 1256.
So 12 minus 1256. So your principal and interest payment is right around $1,021.66. Okay. 1,000, 1,021.66. Okay, let's put that in. 1,021.66. Again, folks, I am not a math. It's not because I know math. It's that she gives this to me, and I see the pictures in my head on how to figure this out. Okay, so and then so we've got that. We're going to figure out how many. And you said your interest rate is how much?
4%.
4%. And how much do you owe right now? 148,000.
148,000.
Okay, so we'll calculate that. That tells us you have 198 payments left. Okay,
Wow. Mm-hmm.
how about that? You see, you gave us enough information to figure this thing out. So that means you have about
Okay.
$54,411.44 worth of interest left to pay. So let's break this down. You're at your principal is actually higher. Your principal payments is actually higher than the interest payments right now. So you got about 528, 95 going to principal, 493, 33 going to interest. If there's any new people in here, Jared, please tell them how they can see this.
Absolutely. So what you can do is you can go to your browser, your laptop, or your desktop, and you can type in ice10klive.com. Choose either Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube, and just choose the tile that says live, and you'll be able to see the examples live on your screen. If you don't have computer or iPad nearby and you want to see the example, you can pop over on the link above our heads and see it on your phone. But we'd love for you to stay in the room and be able to see the example on your computer so you can see it a lot bigger. All right, back to you, Don.
All right, thank you, sir. So we're going to duplicate this tab for you. So this is what you have right now, okay? And if you were to refinance this, they're going to give you a 30-year loan, okay? Which is really not a big deal for me because what we look at is the 148,000 that you owe. Tell me this, with the mortgage payment you're making now, are you struggling with it or can you make it okay?
No, I can make it okay.
You can
I'm
make it
not
okay.
doing bad.
All right, so let's take a look at what would happen if you refinanced. Okay, so your refinance is going to cost you somewhere between $8,000 and $10,000 on average. So let's just round it off to 10, make it easy, and then it would be 158 All right, so let me pull this up so everybody can see the difference. We're going to go to 158, 158, and we're going to lower the interest rate to about 3, okay, by a point. We're going to give you a new 360 payments, okay, and then your new principal and interest payment will be 666.13. Okay, so that will lower your payment. All right, but now you have to take a look at how you're going to attack this thing with these lower principal payments to take advantage of this loan. All right, so what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now on this other loan, your principal payment is 500, your next principal payment is $530.71. Here's how this works, folks. If you make this payment this month, right, the very first payment this month, and she wants to save, let's say she wants to knock out a whole payment for the next month. So we're in February. So if we were to take the payment now, this payment here, the $530.71 principal, if we were to prepay that also in February instead of waiting till March, we're paid down to line 2 this month, which means our next mortgage payment is over here. Okay. So it's on line 3. So for $530.71, we kill $491 in interest and we knock off a payment. All right. So we just our payment number 1 is now touching payment number 3, but it cost us $530 to do it. Now, let me show you something. This is why I'm saying I never know whether refinancing makes sense or not until we run the numbers. You've got to do the math. Folks, let me tell you something. Let's get this straight right now. When it comes to this kind of thing, what we're talking about at the P.I.L.L method is not magic. It's math. It's not it's math, not magic. Keep this in mind. It's math, not magic. If we're not running the math, you don't know whether to refinance or not, or how you can take advantage of that. So listen, $530 gets rid of one payment and some interest on this loan. If we go to this loan, look at this, and we make a payment. The very first payment, $271 goes to principal. All right. And a little over $500 takes out 2 payments and 2 interest payments. Listen, if we're not getting a bunch of amens on this one, I don't know what to do. Okay? 200 and 271 plus 272, that's 543. Okay, we go back over here. 530 only takes out 1 payment and the interest. 543 takes out 2 payments and almost $800 worth of interest she never has to pay. So how does that sound to you?
Okay, but you saying where'd you get the 5?
Okay, are you looking at this on
43.
my screen?
I can't. I mean, I'm trying to
Okay,
bring it up, but it's not
here's
coming.
here's what you want to do. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting this on the screen so
Understand?
everybody can see. And you're new. Are you new to our room?
Yes, this is the
Okay, so
first time.
here's what we're gonna do. If you will go to ICE, that's Interest Cancellation Expert, ICE10KLive.com. And
Okay,
then,
I'm there.
all
I
right,
see your picture.
all right,
Yeah.
you will see get a savings and earnings report button. When you click on that button,
Savings.
get a savings and earnings report.
Wait, I don't see that.
Are you on ICE10KLive.com?
Yes, I see it's asking me about Facebook or join the club or
Yeah. Keep
um,
keep going.
the YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I see a better way to eliminate debt.
That's the book.
Join live. Should I go join live by
Mm-mm,
links?
Nope, 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 nope.
Okay, 10K.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I
10K.
would say choose the YouTube option.
No, she's not
YouTube.
looking for that. Ice.
What's that?
Excuse me?
She's looking for which number is which tab, Jared, is get a savings and earnings report.
Oh, that's what she's looking for.
Yep.
Got it. So it is on the second row on the left. So go
Okay,
all the way
on
to
the
the top,
left.
second row to the left. Right above, join the club, and right below, get the book.
I just see YouTube. Or switch back to my main profile now. I
Yeah, I
don't
can
see
also
it.
just DM it to you.
Yeah, we'll DM it to you. Okay, so we're going to send you the link, all right, so that
Okay.
you can go there and we're going to help you run these numbers. Okay,
Okay.
all right. And do you know how to use the back channel, the little airplane on?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, so
Send us your phone
do
number.
it on my phone then.
Well, here's what I
I'll just
want
send
you to
you.
do. Send me a
Okay.
message with your phone number, and we'll help you.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna send my phone.
Okay? And I
And
think
and to be clear, you're going to be sending it to Interest Cancellation Expert. That's Don in the top. Don in the top.
okay.
You
Oh,
don't send it to me. Send it to Don.
all right. So,
Oh wait. Okay.
Kurt, I need you to
Let
check
me
all
go.
of your messages, even um, especially. Um, Let me see here. Um, get out of here. Where's okay? Especially the requests, and see if there's anything for me in there, and forward that over too.
Yeah, no worries. The only ones what I was getting was just people were asking questions, but I was relaying those over to Jared and to Kenyatta.
Okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right.
Okay. Now I'm having trouble sending that to Don. So okay, Don is not on the platform. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm in the
Y-
upper
y-
left, all the way to the top. Interest cancellation expert.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep.
All right.
Okay. How do I open this?
All right.
Oh, it's asking me.
But Jackie, any other questions for Don in terms of an example you'd like him to go through?
Well, I just would like to know that, how can I pay this loan off if I should keep it,
Right.
faster than
Yeah,
40 years, like.
yeah, you will be able to. We'll be able to help you with that, but we're gonna have to take it offline.
All right. It's not letting me send you anything, Don.
Oh, are you clicking this little airplane? Your little airplane. Okay, you want to click the
Yes.
airplane and then type a message in.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll start a conversation with her as well so I can get
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Let's help her out.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Do
that's
like
my
a little
phone
group
number.
message. But yeah, we'll get you sorted out, Jackie. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah, if you're new to the room, welcome to the room. The Pill Method. We got 35 minutes left. Feel free to raise your hand and come to the stage if you have a question. Kirk, are there any questions online at the moment?
No questions online right now. Actually, the
I,
numbers
I,
are starting to rise online, but we haven't gotten any questions.
All right. So Don, do you want to jump into an example?
right, I do. I thought I saw something on here. Okay, that was old. That was old. Okay, so here's what I want to do. All right, we would started talking about earlier about lowering the interest rate, and I said by lowering the interest rate, you actually make it harder to pay off the loan. So let's take a look at two loans. We're going to take a look at a $300,000, $350,000 loan at 4%, 360 months, Okay? And we're going to take a look at another loan at 3%, lowering the interest rate. All right. So when we calculate that, all right, let me see here. There we go. All right. So let me see if I got this right. I'll do this one more time because I had to click it twice. All right. 1475.61. All right. So we have at 350,000, 4% for 30 years, 1670.95. Okay. And then the payment at 3% is 1475.61. If we scroll down, the bank wants on this loan $181,000. All right, there we go. 181,000 total interest cost on the loan for 30 years. And on this one, the bank wants 251. So it looks like the lower interest rate is winning all around. We have a lower interest cost for 30 years and a lower payment. Okay. But let's look at when we take a look at this $350,000 loan, let's take a look at the principal payments. Okay. So if we make a payment here on our very first payment, and then the second payment is starts out with a principal payment of 505.96. If we make a payment in January, then this would be our principal payment for February. If we pay that early, then we eliminate line number 2 on our schedule because we're paid down to line 2 on in January by paying an extra 505.96. And we eliminate this interest on line 2. And then our next mortgage payment for the next month is actually on line 3. But if we lower the interest rate, look at this. Look at my next principal payment. It's $602. So when you lower the interest rate, you actually make it harder to get rid of a payment because we attack the loans with the principal payment. So when the loan officers are trained, if you come into the bank, start talking about, I want to pay the loan off early, they said, well, if you want to pay the loan off early, let's lower the interest. Let's try to lower the interest rate so you'll pay less interest overall. And then you walk out saying, I made a good deal. But when you try to pay the loan off early, look what happens. I'm going to take a look at this where we have I'm going to do $7,000. If we prepay about $7,000, we knock off about 14 payments at the higher interest rate. Are you seeing that, folks? 14 payments at the higher interest rate. When we lower the interest rate to 3% instead of 4%, $7,000 only knocks out about 12 payments now. Do you see what I'm talking about? Your money doesn't do as much work when you lower the interest rate. The bank owners understand that, but the people who work in the bank do not. This is why you're always offered a lower interest rate if you're trying to pay off the loan faster. Here's what I need for everybody to know. You don't need the lowest interest rate. You don't need the highest interest rate. What you need is the right interest rate for you and your family, or your business, or your church, or whatever you have that has a mortgage or loan on it. You need the right interest rate that's going to benefit you according to your income. That's how we figure that out. So with the P.I.L.L method, we have people on staff that will work with you to help you to figure out what the right interest rate is for you. And then we'll plug in everything into the P.I.L.L method to figure out when you could be debt free by optimizing your interest savings. So, having the loan set up the right way is more than half the battle. But if you're already into your loan, don't worry about it. We will help you from that point. If you're not in your loan yet, please talk to us first and let's help you to set up your loan. Okay. And even though there's going to be a consultation fee, the amount of money we'll save you, oh my goodness. Oh, the consultation fee will seem like pennies. So listen, folks, get some help, set these loans up right, put them in the pill method, save an average of 150 to $200,000 in interest, pay it off in 7 to 9 years. That's what we're talking about today. Jared, back to you.
All right, all right. So we got 30 minutes left. Would love to see if there's any questions from the audience. If there are, please raise your hand and come on stage. Or if you have a question on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or Twitter, feel free to raise your hand, or not raise your hand, to write it in the comments, and then Kirk will get to you. And now's a good time because it seems like there are no questions at the moment. But while we wait for questions, I'm going to quickly just update the link at the top. And Don, we'd love for you to
Yeah.
let people know where you're at and how they can get there too.
All right. So listen, listen. You guys need to click that link at the top right there. That is where we're staying at Pelican Way Villas here in. I'm going to go back outside so you guys can see. Lord have mercy. Let me get back over here to StreamYard. Boom, so I can see myself. So and Jared, Lauren is actually in the audience. Let's see if we can get her to come up. All right. So, folks, this is just one of the balconies. I got one balcony here. I got another balcony over there. That's off my bedroom there. That's this balcony over here. And when we wake up in the morning, this is what we see. Can you imagine that? Oh my goodness. It's cold at
Don,
home.
it's starting to sound like you trying to relocate.
No, oh, listen, Kenyatta. Guess what we did? We went out and saw some prime property. I think it's about 19 different lots. I mean, listen, um, frontage. You can see the ocean from it. And listen, I am so happy I came on this trip to find that property, and we're going to see what we can do to bring some additional development. I would love to have a place here year round, and I'm going to be looking at that. And not only that, folks, if everything goes well, we're going to be offering opportunities for you to come here to beautiful St. Thomas Virgin Islands to invest. Yes. All right. So listen, let's see if we can get Lorna up on the stage so she can tell us a little bit about this lovely place where we're staying and how were we able to get here. Oh man, we're able to get here because we're not spending all of that money on interest. I had 4 mortgages not too long ago. We just paid off one of those mortgages in December. How do we do it? Not giving the bank all that interest money. And by doing that, we're taking just a small portion of the interest savings and we invested it in working here for 10 days instead of working in the cold. How about that? So, anyway,
Love it, man. I invited Lorna up, but she might be away from her phone
yeah,
right
she might be
now.
away from her phone. So that's
But
okay.
uh, but yeah, she's at the very top of the followed by the speakers. If you want to hit her in the back channel,
Yeah.
and click that business card and get in touch with her, and make sure you mention the pill method so that you can take advantage of the special rates. All
Yeah.
right,
Follow
so Don,
Lorna. Yeah. Follow Lorna.
if
Get a hold of her. And listen, again, just like Jared said, mention pill method and you'll get a discount. I mean, she's got several villas here. And enjoy yourself. Come to St. Thomas.
all right, so we got Cameron on the stage. Thank you so much, brother, for coming up. Appreciate you. Please let us know what your question is. What can we break down for you?
Well, just a shout out to Mr. Don. I listened to you probably about a week ago, and you absolutely blew my mind. So I'm a local realtor out here in Texas, Dallas, Texas, and I didn't know that I was paying that much in interest on my loan. So I appreciate you just showing that to me. We had a car that we bought it for 62 grand, and we have it down to like 25,000, and we went on and refinanced that, and just because we had a low interest rate on it. And now we're applying that difference to our mortgage to where now we're knocking out like $900 in interest every single month. So I appreciate you on that nugget. You saved me a ton of money. Um, I, w- I wanted you to go over just because I read your book, great book. Um, can you touch on leverage for me? What does that mean, and can you
Great.
give us an example of what leverage is?
Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Let me pull up another example here. While I'm pulling that up, Cameron, tell us while we're getting that ready, tell us about um, of the book and what you thought of the book. And as being in real estate, what has this meant to you? Was this information that was new to you, or it's just a variation on a theme? Or tell us what
Well,
you think
I,
about this
I
information.
I knew about it. I just didn't know how powerful it was. Every time whoever buys a house, that title escrow officer just says, "Hey, here's your schedule amortization. Don't look at the big number." And they just say, "Hey, just make a couple payments. You can get that down a little bit." But they really don't go into how powerful it is and show you how much you're saving. So when I read the book and I looked at some examples, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like I give you an example. We paid off a car probably about 3 years ago. I just wrote a check, 7 grand, was done with it. But after reading this book and I applied it, if I would have applied that to my mortgage, it was just like, oh my goodness, I would have saved so much more money if I would have went that route. To where it was more so like an eye opener. Now, I don't want to be a cheapskate on with my wife or my kids or anything like that. So we still want to live the life, but I'm more aware of, okay, we can do this, or we can apply this to this and save even more money. So I'm more aware of what I'm spending money on and whether or not it makes sense when I start looking at big picture.
All right, Cameron, thank you for that. Are you actually watching our examples live?
Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube right now and I'm on Clubhouse.
All right. Well, listen, we're bringing up the program that does all of the math too, so that we can talk about what leverage is. Okay.
Sounds good.
So you are familiar because the book brings up a mechanical having a mechanical advantage. Okay, that's
Hmm.
like a pulley system or a lever. Okay, so if you have the right pulley system, all right, and you've got the engine block, all right, an engine block, all right. Can a 12-year-old girl lift an engine block by herself with the right pulley system?
With the right system, absolutely.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Okay. And so here's what we're talking about. Leverage is what is the least amount of effort I can put into something to get the greatest return. I want to take a small something and give me a big something as a result. Okay. I want to pay a little bit of money, but I want to get a big return on my money. Okay. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what we have here on the screen is John and Rebecca Jones. We're starting out in December, and we're looking at their action plan. And in the action plan, we all we're doing is checking off how much they make and how much they're spending. When you see these little arrows, Cameron, that means put
Hmm.
money in savings and hold it there. So
Hmm.
if John and Rebecca Jones were to go through this, let's say that John makes 950 bucks. Okay.
Hmm.
He has $500 in the bank right now. So if he executes that and says, okay, I got my 950 bucks. I execute that. I just told the program that I made 950. You see how it disappears from the screen?
Yep.
If we go into the accounts, we can see that his checking account, we open that up. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me hit the history. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Okay, so we're going to hit the history. We see that he just deposited 950 and his starting balance was $500. You see that?
Gotcha.
So now he has
Now
1450 in the bank.
1450. Yep.
So his virtual account matches what he has in his real account. Okay? So we
Gotcha.
go back to the action plan, and every time we do something, it just disappears from the screen when we execute it. So now he pays his mortgage payment. All right. When he pays his mortgage payment, that disappears from the screen. Then his
Gotcha.
utility bill. But here's the thing with the utility bill. Sometimes it's not as much as we thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me go back here and show you something. Do you see where the program is saying put $100 in savings?
Yep.
Okay, take money from checking and put it into savings. But if we take our utility bill and say, oh, our utility bill isn't, it's only 150 this month. Okay,
That
so we have
difference.
$50 left over. What do we do with that $50? Well, the program says we're going to execute that. It says, oh, you know that $50 that you were going to roll over, just put it in the bank? You had planned to spend that $50. But let's put that in savings and let's see how much interest we can save with that. And this $50 will increase for John and Rebecca Jones. It'll increase their interest savings by about $250. If you knew that,
Awesome.
would that be good news to you that $50 that you probably would have gone out and had a nice dinner with, so can save me $250 on my debt?
All day long. I'll take it all day.
All right. So now we're just paying the bills, getting money in, and putting money in savings. So we're going to do this that for the next 2 months because the program is not telling us to put anything extra on the debt this month. We're going to pay the minimum
Mm-hmm.
on the Visa, the minimum on the auto loan, and we're going to
Yep.
put the minimum on the mortgage this month in December. Okay. So the program said, what are you waiting for? Well, the program says, well, listen, if we do this thing right, by the time we get to February 6th, we will have $3,170 saved up into savings to put on debt.
Yep.
Now, why is this important? Because you're living your life here in December. Okay. You're paying your
Mm-hmm.
bills, you're making money, and you're having a good time because we put in here extra $1,300 in unitemized budget that you can spend anywhere you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nice.
So all of this, so lifestyle is first in our program, not last. So you've heard of those
I love it.
programs where you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
You
Beans
gotta
and
drive,
rice.
yeah, eat
Uh-huh.
beans or rice, drive a 30-year-old car. You know those programs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So no, put your lifestyle in first. Okay. And then as you're living your life, then the program sees extra money, put that in savings. So let's go down to February where the program is saying, you know what? Let's take money from where?
Savings.
Put it where?
Mm, mortgage. Or what? Well, whether they're savings.
Okay. I'm trying wait
Yep.
till
Oh,
wait,
okay.
wait,
Gotcha.
wait till it catches up. Okay. So we're going to take money from savings and put it where?
And our Visa card.
On our Visa. And we're going to pay that Visa off, right? To zero.
Mm-hmm.
So we're paying minimum payments until we are able to save up money in savings, which didn't hurt our budget or our lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we can figure out, look what this, when it catches up, our future interest savings on that is $1,736.34. Look at that. That's interest we don't have to pay. Pretty good stuff.
That's greatness, man. And
All
this
right.
and this and this calculates like where you can save the most at the end of the day.
Right. And not only where
Yeah.
you can save the most, but how to save the most. So
How
now
to save the
we're looking
most.
at putting money on the mortgage. So we're going to
Mm-hmm.
put what we have over $5,000 in savings, but the program is saying only put $1,166.98 on the mortgage to save $5,675.26.
I love it.
Okay, now why does the program stop at 98 cents? Why, or I got 5,000 in the bank. Why doesn't it just round this thing up to 1,200 bucks?
Mm-hmm.
Pull out your calculator and I'll show you what leverage is all about.
Okay, I'm here.
All right, so we're going to take the $5,675.26. We're going to put that into your calculator and we're going to divide it by the 1166.98. That will tell us how much interest we're saving per dollar. Because when you leverage something, I want to get the largest or the biggest benefit from the smallest amount of money.
So we're doing the interest savings divided by that 1166.
Yes, sir. 1166.98.
$4.86.
Well, go ahead and take it to three digits. I believe it's 4.863.
4.863. Yep, that's it.
There you go. I've done it a couple times. All right. So now let's just say I didn't know that. So here's what we just found out. For every dollar you put on, you're going to save $4.86 in interest for every dollar you put on at this point.
Gotcha.
Isn't that good to know?
That's awesome to know.
So if you gave me $1 and I gave you back $4.86, how many times would you do that, Cameron?
All day.
All day. Did you
All
realize
day.
the mortgage has to do the same thing? For every dollar you apply to principal, it's impossible for them to charge you $4.86.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now, with my understanding of how I have been taught or oriented towards finances and towards loans, I would think since I have $5,000 in the bank, why would I stop here, especially at the 98 cents, when I could go ahead and easily put in $1,500 and it instantly recalculates my interest savings to $7,259.77.
Mm-hmm.
So, from a layman's point of view, that looks better, doesn't it?
It does.
So let's do the math though. We got 7,259.77. We're going to divide it by 1,500.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What did you get?
483.9. So what 484?
So we're saving less money per dollar, aren't we?
Yeah.
There's a
Sure are.
point at
I
which
like it.
more is too much, Cameron. So because what we want, you want leverage. I don't want when I want leverage, I don't want to get a lesser result. I want to get a greater result from my leverage, correct?
Optimum. Yep.
I want optimum results. So now here's what we're going to do. Do you see this number in upper right-hand side where it says your potential interest savings is 179,421? Upper right
Not
side.
yet. Oh yeah, I see it right there. Yep.
Okay. All right. 179,421 potential interest save. I'm going to tell the program I want to do what I want to do. I'm going to pay $1,500. I'm not going to wait till the 6th of the month to pay that. I'm going to pay it on the 1st of the month. I'm going to pay more and I'm going to pay it sooner. It's got to be better because that's the way we've been taught. Correct, Cameron?
Yep, that's it.
Watch these last three numbers, the 421. When we pay more and we pay it sooner, this is how much interest we're supposed to save. And if we do it right, Cameron, if we save this amount of interest, we're going to pay off the mortgage, the credit card, and the car loan in 7.7 years on this program. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
We focus on the interest savings to get the time savings. Interest savings first, time savings second. All right.
Gotcha.
So now let's go ahead and tell the program we want to do this instead. So we're going to execute that. Watch your $421, 179,421 becomes dun, 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 179,000. It's going to change here in just a second. From
Mm-hmm.
421 to what?
Uh-huh. What, 386?
So you're actually saving less money overall
Mm-hmm.
by paying more at the wrong time because we're not
Yep.
taking advantage of leverage.
Yep. I like it.
See, it goes well beyond what we think happens without doing the math. We assume it's going to happen this way, so we don't bother doing the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
math. Okay?
That's good. That's good.
So this is what leverage is all about. So with the I in P.I.L.L method, we isolate the principal amounts or isolate how much we're going to pay and when we're going to pay. And when we do that, we'll have the smallest number available to us that gives us the largest benefit in interest savings. And at that point in time, they pay that much and no more to get the optimum interest savings. That's what leverage means to us.
That's good.
Oh man, I'm glad you brought
That's
that to
good.
our.
Because yeah, at the end of the day, you follow the system, and the system will show you where that opportunity is to gain more leverage.
I've had people try to second guess the system, but folks, that's that's like putting, using your GPS and stopping every 5 miles to pull out a paper map to see if you can beat it.
That's good.
So this is
That's
where
really
we are.
good.
Cameron, do you have anything else for us today?
Oh no, we're in good shape. I'm just excited to get started, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's time to get all this knocked out.
Okay. So you know how to get your savings and earnings report.
Yeah, I've already knocked it out. I'm actually I'm on your calendar already, so
What?
it's gonna be good.
So everything I've been saying actually works. Somebody from my staff actually called you and set up an appointment for you.
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah,
Teresa?
Rasta, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we're moving. We're all in on this. We're
Cameron,
all in.
thank you.
I've been talking about like just paying off debt. But when you don't have a plan, the likelihood of you doing it is going to be very slim. So now we're talking about having a plan to do it. So I'm excited.
Oh, Cameron, I'm excited for you, man, and can't wait for you to get on the program and then come back and report to everybody. It's better than you thought.
Absolutely. I appreciate your time and the value that you bring to this channel.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. All right. Jared, listen, man. Are we at the end of another 2 hours?
Time flies when you're having fun. Yes, we are.
Dang. This is not only the best 2 hours on Clubhouse, this is the fastest 2 hours on Clubhouse. Listen, I could go another 2 hours, but we got to let people get about their day. So, Jared, how are we going to take this thing home?
All right, cool. So what we're gonna do is some moderator outros from the bottom going up. But before we do, Don, just want to remind people how they can get in touch with you. Also, let them know about the book. And Kenyatta, if you're around, you can tell them about Atlanta and how they can meet you in person.
Oh my goodness! All right, folks, you've already heard
Okay.
it. You've already heard it. Listen, you want to get your savings and earnings report, go to ice10klive.com. Please follow all of the instructions. If you follow the instructions, you will not have a problem. All right. Then you will be let in to get a to get your to fill out a okay, wait a minute here, to fill out your financial document that we have there. We have a financial form. Put all of your information in there. All right. All of your loans. Don't leave anything out. All right. The more loans, the better. Put them all in and fill the whole thing out completely. Someone from my staff will give you a call and set up a consultation, and then you can know the month, day, and year you can be debt free and how much interest you can save. Then we're going to show you the possibilities of what that interest could generate. The saved interest could generate for you. Start your wealth building journey with that money that was going to go to the bank. Oh my goodness, it'll make you so much money. Please stop giving it to the bank. Invest it in your family. All right. And then, oh, listen, all the basics are in the book. Get the book, read the book, do this all at the same time so that you can have a background into why we should do it this way as opposed to any other way on the planet. This program, I am proud to say that it is the most powerful debt reduction, money management, wealth building tool on the planet. If you decide to work with us and you find a better way, I will buy the program back from you so you can purchase the other way. I'll shut down this business and go into business with that other guy because I only want to provide the best for you. Okay, we're not trying to give you something and just put a fancy bow or a ribbon on it and say go with us because we're prettier. No, there's no other program on the planet that can beat interest savings because we're the only ones that focus on interest savings. So get the book and get a 10K card to go along with it. All right. So Jared, back to you, man.
And also, I want Kenyatta to just jump in and let people know about that Get Access tour.
Okay, you guys. So Don, Jared, and myself will be in Atlanta February 18th and 19th. Please come out and do yourself that favor because we're going to be talking about building generational wealth through a ton of resources, how to become the bank, of course, how to cancel the debt, the interest debt, and Turo and more, metaverse, all kinds of things. And so it's an opportunity for you to really learn how to make the money so you can pay down these mortgages in 7 or less years. And so if you want to get the tickets, go to ice10klive.com and you can click that link and get your access. It's called the Get Access Tour for a reason.
All right, all right. So, go ahead, Don.
No. I was just laughing.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into these outros, and then we're gonna kick off this week. So we're gonna go with Bernita. Flash your mic if you can speak. If you can't, no worries. All right, I know she's in a loud area before, but definitely check out her bio. She's got a room tomorrow called Self Love is the Revolution in her club, America's Hot Sauce. So definitely give her a follow, check her out. She's going to be doing a lot of great content, not just for Black History Month, but for Black Future Month, Black Future Year. She is a great content creator on this app. Up next is Dr. Femi Evans. Are you around? All right, I know she's doing mommy duty in
Yes,
the
I
morning. Oh, there
am.
she is. Go for
Um,
it.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Femi Evans. I am a serial entrepreneur here in Atlanta, Georgia. Definitely check out my social media handles. They're in my bio. Have my own accounting firm, so it is tax season. So definitely tap in with me. Appreciate you, Jared, and I always appreciate this room. Tons of amazing information every Monday. I really appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, this is my first year as a 1099er, so my taxes are gonna be all crazy. So I need to tap in with you.
You and me
All
both.
right.
I'm here to help.
Yeah, man, I'm nervous. Now that they're taxing the Zells and the PayPal's. Oh my. All right, cool. So up next is Coffee Brown. Are you around? All right, Coffee might be with her students, but check her out at coffee, KOFFE, 10K.com, and check out her bio. She does a lot of different things, so tap in with her. Up next is the Credit Goddess. All right, so she's probably on the phone
I'm
with the
here.
client.
She's there.
Oh, there she
I'm
is.
here.
Go
I was
for it.
trying to get, I was trying to unmute fast enough. Hey, everyone. My name is Rosalora Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I offer both DIY and done for you personal credit and business credit services. If any of you guys that are interested, whether your credit is challenged or if you need to improve your credit or build credit on a personal or a business tip, definitely tap in with me. I do have my 1-800 number in my bio. Text me your name. If you're interested in booking a call, is I think is much easier. I'm not sure. I'm finding that is much easier that you guys text so I can get to you right away. And so that way we can schedule a call. I prefer a detailed credit analysis for you guys because everyone's credit journey is different. And if you want a detailed analysis to know exactly what you need to do, definitely book that consultation. So definitely tap in with me at creditgoddess10k.com. Follow me on both platforms, IG and Facebook at yourcreditgoddess.com. Thank you guys so much for having me. And you guys have a wonderful Monday and a prosperous week.
Awesome. Up next is Olivia.
Good morning, everyone. Again, an amazing room. And I just want to say that I hope that you guys are following the club, the Pill Method. This is always a great room to come in to get amazing knowledge and a lot of gems. I am a realtor out in New York. I primarily assist first time home buyers. I also assist landlords and sellers as well. If you want to contact me, my business card is olivia10k.com. You'll be able to actually book a buyer's consultation with me there. You can also check out my website, view a few of my inventories. And if you are a seller, if you own property, you can actually do a free market analysis on my website as well, matthewrealestate.com. Make sure you're checking out my business card and make sure you're following me on all platforms, including Instagram, Millennial Realtor Live. You can actually get that on my 10K card as well. And thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic.
Miss Olivia, I have a
As,
question for you.
sure.
Did you ever live in Bermuda?
No, always lived in the Bronx, New York.
Bronx, New York. Oh, that's where my wife is from.
So she must be an amazing, strong person and very assertive.
Yeah, there you go. Listen, listen.
There you go.
Oh, my goodness. And listen, and we're two firstborns together trying to duke it out.
Look at that.
Listen, thank you so much for bringing the Bronx to the Pill Method. We
Of
appreciate you.
course. The boogie down always.
All right, Miss Kenyatta,
That's where Patricia gets her spice from, and I love it.
come on.
So I'm Kenyatta, you guys, and you can find me at kenyatta10k.com. And I'm your real estate professional who's able to assist you in finding the best deals with great ROIs. And then fund those deals as the official principal lending broker here on Pill Method, as well as help you cancel that interest on those deals so we could get you another one. So tap in with me if you want to know the cycle that's going to be like money making and life changing. Have a nice day.
All right, up next is Tiffany.
Hi, everyone. I hope you enjoyed all the great value and gems that were dropped here today, as it is every single time we're here in the Pill Method. And you can also see a lot of us in our own clubs. For example, on Wednesday at 3 p.m., and we start on time and we end on time. That's my training. Got to start and end on time. And no, unfortunately, they're not replays. Well, here on Clubhouse, I run the YCEO Club. So you can get to that club by going to, in your browser on your cell phone, theyceo.club, and there you can tap into that club. We'll be meeting on Wednesday at 3 p.m. And what we're going to be talking about is a continuation of our 6-week series leading up to our wonderful conference. And we're teaching you how to be compliant in your business, and for the sole purpose of being fund ready. So we want to make sure that you are leveraging every opportunity to get that money, because guess what? Congress just passed a new law, and guess what they did? A new bill. They now have allocated a certain amount of funds for minority owned businesses. And just because you're black doesn't mean they can check that box. There are certain criteria that you have to meet. So make sure you tap into us at YCEO Club, because we're telling you what that is. We don't want you to have to figure it out. It's not rocket science. Let us help you. And we can also give you services that will help you do that as well. So tap into me, yceo10k.com. You can see all of the links, all the clubs, everything right there on one screen, yceo10k.com. God bless and see you next time.
All right, all right. So good to be here. Again, I'm Kirk, and I get to serve as your producer for this show. And listen, I'm all about everything live video, live video, live video. And some people will be like, well, I'd like to do produced video. I'd like to do canned video. I'd like to do, reels and stories. I think those are good. But live videos where people can see you unrehearsed, right? This is not produced. This is not something you stitch together afterwards. The people that came to the stage today to talk to Don, there was no plan there. So he couldn't pre-prepare. And that's what the proof is. That's where the proof is. That's how you know that this thing actually works, because he's taking their live examples and sharing with you how they can do different things to change their situation. The brother that came through last, I think it was a great example to end on, because he's already done the paperwork. He's already taken some of the practices he's learned in this room, put it into action, and he's like sold. This is the power, the true power of live video. One of the things that I'm going to be doing today, I want to just share real quick. I have a show on Mondays. Today is Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time. That's 8 p.m. for my folks out east. And we are looking at the power of video this month, particularly the power of video as it pertains to Black history. And we have a special guest, Allison J. Davis, who is one of the founders of MSNBC, happens to be a sister out of the Northeast area. She lives in New Jersey, and she's going to be on the show. And we're excited to have her this evening. Again, howitallworks.com. All my links are in the card, kirk10klive.com. Would love to see some of you guys come out and hang out this entire month, focusing on the power of video, but particularly in our circles for Black history. Again, kirk10klive.com. All my details are there. Would love to see some of you guys come out and hang out with us tonight for the show, How It All Works. Take care.
All right, and my name is Jared. If you're on Clubhouse, just feel free to click on my bio and just check out, the description. Been in tech for 15 years, do a lot of tech content. Also do a lot of content around the metaverse, NFTs, crypto. I support real estate rooms. I support, just rooms that, basically get results. So you can check me out on my 10K card, jared10k.com, and check me out on Instagram. Been doing a lot on Twitter, just hit 10,000 in 2 months. I was at 80 in November. So been growing a lot on Twitter Spaces, a lot of really impactful rooms, a lot of great tech content over there. I have a room with Ray J on Thursday talking about his journey as a tech founder. Also have a room where I'll have tech recruiters on stage where you can shoot your shot. That's on Thursday as well. So do a lot of stuff. Check me out if you like. And I'm also a partner with 10X Incubator with Grant Cardone. So if you know anybody with a tech startup idea or a tech idea, they can go to my Instagram bio or my Twitter bio, click the link, learn more about the incubator, and they can upload their pitch, and then we can see if we can fund and help launch them and get them going. So with that being said, Don, I'll give you the last words, and then we can close this thing out.
Okay, listen up, folks. You see the link at the top. You've got where I'm staying. I'm going to go back out on my on the balcony one more time, and this the view we wake up to. All right, right here. This is it. This is the place. All right. Contact Lorna, and when you do contact her, please mention the P.I.L.L method and get a discount. This is where we're hanging out. This is where we chose to work for 10 days coming here. We'll be back here on Wednesday, live again from Clubhouse and on the streaming platforms. We'll be right here on Wednesday. Wednesday is our last show from here for a while. We'll be back in Huntsville on Friday. So listen, folks, get this information now live from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. We are actually, this is called Carrot Bay. Look it up. It's a beautiful place, and this is where we chose to work. I want to thank you for spending your time with us for these last few days in while we're soaking up some of the Caribbean. But listen, folks, I do hope that this information is life changing for you, that you've never heard it before, that you're taking this information and doing something with it, saving your family thousands upon thousands of dollars in interest. And if there's anything that we can do to facilitate that, and to save you even more money by engaging with our systems, we'll be glad to do that as well. I want to thank you again for being with us. We'll see you again Wednesday morning, and I can't wait to do that show. But it's just going to be a precursor to know that we're going to be leaving this beautiful place the very next day. So, and going back to the cold. But you know what? We're not going to bemoan that. We're just going to enjoy the time that we have left and enjoy you. Thank you so very much. We'll see you again on Wednesday. Kurt Nugent, take us out.